happens to be 5th of June and the year is 2025. In front of the lens is already Oracle Benson Pastoret, the anchor for tonight's news at West Nile Television. To my Muslim brothers and sisters, I want to wish you happy Eid Day celebration in advance because tomorrow is 6th of June and it happens to be Eid Day celebration. But that's not the topic of discussion, but the topic which has brought me in the studios is what continues to transpire around. And as usual, you will have to first focus into the headlines and then I will be bouncing back shortly. Coming up in the NILECAST news headlines tonight, people in Iv encouraged to champion cocoa growing. Public of Goboro and Bori asked to live in peace and harmony. Lastly in sports, the 4th edition of Pambe Corporate League returns. Details about this in NILECAST news. Away from the headlines, welcome back. Let's commence our tonight's news with what's happening in socio-economic transformation. People in Ivo are encouraged to champion cocoa growing to increase on their level of income, resulting into improved standard of living. This information was passed by Honorable Atiku Bernard during a consultative meeting with the masses of Ivo, and West Nile has been known of tobacco growing, which has gone drastically down. Take a look at the story. Since the famous cash crop, tobacco known for the people in West Nile region is no longer yielding massively in the region, people in Ivo from Orwe City are encouraged to embrace cocoa growing to increase on their level of income, resulting into improved standard of living. This information was passed by Honorable Atiku Bernard, former Member of Parliament Ivo County, again the aspiring candidate for Member of Parliament Ivo West, during a consultative meeting with the masses of Ivo. Honorable Atiku Bernard, former Member of Parliament for Ivo County and the focal person behind this initiative, says they are going to cooperate to establish cocoa nursery beds in Ivoni, which will help each homestead to get at least 500 cocoa seedlings.
I intend to champion the promotion of cocoa at household level, and we shall do this by establishing cocoa nursery beds in each of the 4 parishes in Ivoni here, in each of the 18 parishes in Ivo West. Each homestead will, each parish or ward will have a cocoa promotion nursery bed, so that each homestead gets 500 cocoa seedlings, and they plant them, look after them, and after 3 years, they start earning an income from that plantation. So my hope is that cocoa will be able to give our people a sustainable income that can help them to create wealth and educate their children, and also change, their standard of living by maybe transitioning from grass-thatched houses to iron sheet roofed houses or permanent structures.
He further says previously government championed the growing of other cash crops like coffee, cotton and tobacco in West Nile region, which are no longer yielding well.
Previously government championed the promotion of coffee, cotton, tobacco in West Nile, but as we have all known, tobacco is no more. Coffee doesn't do very well in West Nile, but we have discovered cocoa does very well in West Nile. We did do a pre-test. I can assure you cocoa grows very well in West Nile and in this part of Ivo, because I've done some, samples.
Meanwhile, some of the representatives of masses in Ivo, who warmly welcomed the initiative of championing cocoa growing in the area, have shared their concerns about the initiative.
When people take this one into action, which means everyone is going to get money, because in those days we used to only plant cassava and grow sorghum, but in a small scale too, just for food. But when we shift from that to grown cocoa, which means we're going to increase our earnings. and the poverty level in Aivu is going to reduce.
When you see cocoa, and cocoa is good to grow, and we have plenty lands in this Aivu land, and we are also going to receive the cocoa seed. And when you plant cocoa seed, especially when you weigh the kilo, 1 kilo is 50,000. Then he promised to give us the seed of cocoa, like for each village, each family is going to receive 500 seeds of cocoa, like cocoa crop, seedling. When you have 500 seedling of cocoa, and how great, how pleasant, happily we are going to be. I think we are going to chase poverty out from our city, and in nothing to go and worry about the school fees of the children, and then nothing to worry about that we are poor. I think the purpose for this city is, as being a rural city people, we are lazy of doing works, and then if cities are in cities here with us, so that we can grow financial, spiritual, so that we grow in those other level places, people.
About cocoa growing, like if you grow cocoa like that, so these crops we are ever growing here, they are not even benefiting us a lot. Like people from there, they grow a lot of cassava here, whereby we don't even earn money from that one there. At least if we grow cocoa, somehow it's going to improve on our economy.
In the past decades, West Nile has been known of tobacco growing, which has gone drastically down. Now cocoa, which people in West Nile are encouraged to grow, is a significant export crop in Uganda, and it has been yielding well in districts of tobacco growing, which has gone drastically down. Now cocoa, which people in West Nile are encouraged to grow, is a significant export crop in Uganda, and it has been yielding well in districts of Bundibujo, Mukono, Jinja, Masinda, among others. Oraku Benson Pastore, West Nile Television NILECAST.
Away from that story, now moving to Yumbe, public of Gobro and the Bori are asked to live in peace and harmony. This came during a cross-border peace dialogue between the Aringa community of Goboro and the Bori community at Nyangamundwa Trading Center in Yumbe district on the 3rd of June 2025. Okumu Dominic compiles the story.
The two communities in the recent past clashed among themselves on land-related issues, something that has hindered peaceful coexistence in the area. Venerable Maku Fabian, the Archdeacon Madi Archdeaconry, who mediated the cross-border peace dialogue, advised the two communities to impress peace among themselves, saying lack of peace leads to war, and request the two communities to stand their past differences and impress peace for development.
Where you live with one another in peace, you'll trust one another. Besides that, you'll be honest. It also reduces war. What causes war is lack of peace. And I want to tell you, you who are here, you are indeed peacemakers. The Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers. They shall be called children of God. If you are a person who creates peace, you make peace within your community, you bring peace within your neighborhood, you are termed to be a child of God. So we have come to appeal to you that we join hands together so that we enjoy peace among ourselves, so that we can share social services together.
Akwai Morris, the church leader, Goboro Church of Uganda, urged the two communities to impress unity, saying peace is very important in the sense that it promotes development and equal sharing of resources among the public without any restrictions.
Is let them come together, let them understand themselves, let them know that really peace is something that is very important. Without peace, there's no development. There's no sharing of social service among the people. And let people leave the issue of the border and let them stay well with peace among the people Bori and the people of Koboro, so that they share the same services together.
KG Santina, a resident of Borisei, if the two communities embrace peace, it stirs development and creates good relations among the two communities and appeals for unity and peaceful coexistence so as to work together and attain development.
If we are staying in a peaceful way, we can bring development in our country. If we are staying in a peaceful way, it will make people to have a good relationship and friendship, and then it will make us to live freely without any harm. My request is we have to unite ourselves together, we move as friends, we do our activities together as friends.
Asisi Joel, a youth representative from Goboro, say the youths can foster unity among themselves through games like football matches, but he however cautioned some of the elderly persons in the two communities against passing wrong information to their children, saying the wrong information given to the youths mainly leads to the disruption of peace among the people.
If we need to stay in peace, at least we have to, especially the youth, to be in a unity, at least like things like football, because those are things which can make them to be closely, and the football and some other games so that they will know each other, because like especially the elderly, sometimes they can speak some words with the youth. At least let them tell the youth the truth so that they will they behave well, so that also they will bring unity among the border issues. So I pray that at least also local leaders, especially the religious leaders, so when they are doing, let them also teach how people how to say in the community, must talk about the peace only.
The Cross-Border Peace Dialogue is organized by the Episcopal Diocese of Kajokeji in partnership with Lutheran World Federation and the ACT Church of Sweden under the theme, Do Everything Possible to Live in Peace with One Another, aimed at fostering peace among the communities living along the South Sudan and Uganda borders. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, NILECAST.
Away from Yumbe district, now coming to the heart of West Nile, that's in Arua City. As the world marks the Environment Day today, the people of West Nile region have been reminded of their obligation to protect the environment through proper disposal of plastic garbage. Faris Maji is behind that story.
As the world marks the Environment Day today on 5th of June 2025, West Nile Rural Electrification Company Limited, the company in charge of electricity generation and supply in the region, has honored the day through cleaning of several streets of Arua City, as well as sensitizing the masses against plastic pollution. The exercise was spearheaded by the staffs of the company in partnership with the Health Department of Arua City and members of the public, among others, in a function under the theme, United Against Plastic Pollution. Lillian Ayot, the Public Relations Officer of WENERECO, says that the cleaning exercise is to help raise awareness against plastic pollution because of its impacts on the environment.
So today's activity is basically to raise awareness on protecting the environment, but specifically against environment pollution, plastic pollution that we do every single day. I know people have realized seasons are no longer predictable as a result of climate action, and this starts as small as dumping a bottle of water like this anyhow, or caveras anyhow. So we are here to create awareness, sensitizing the community.
Chimeze Bernard, the Environment, Health and Safety Officer of the company, warns the public against the responsible dumping of plastic garbage.
Action and reaction are equal but opposite. You dump that waste, you dump that plastic in the environment, it hands you back health-wise, it hands you back by having infertile soils, it hands you back by not having fish in the rivers. So please, let us not dump, let us stop the single-use plastics by using alternatives like paper bag usage and other alternative methods.
Relevant city authorities, however, have confirmed that efforts are already underway to mitigate plastic pollution in the area.
It is now a policy, before I forget this, it is now a policy in the government system that issues of environment and also HIV/AIDS are incorporated in every activities, right? Are incorporated in every activities. So mainstreaming HIV activities, mainstreaming environment activities are now what is being embraced in all the sectors of governments. So this is what already the council is doing.
People used to dump anyhow, but since we started enforcing the trade order, because at first there's been a very, very, very big challenge we have been facing, more especially in the issues of the market, where people were vending everywhere. At the end of the day, that has been a very big challenge for us as a council. But ever since we have started regulating and we bring the audience on board, we brought the trade order online. We started enforcing. At least, if you see the town of today and the previous Arua Central Division, at least you can start seeing some changes.
Deputy Director General of the Internal Security Organization in charge of Special Operations, General Taban Amin, also known as Igwe, lauded the company for spearheading the environment protection campaign.
To clean a town, or to clean a city, is not a job. Me and you, when the road was electric, there's something for electricity. But now I've seen you're going one more step, which is good to keep the town clean. I suppose that.
According to a Uganda National Environmental Management Authority research conducted recently, Uganda produces 600 metric tons of plastic waste every day, with less than 40% being collected and managed. Farish Majid, reporting for West Nile TV, NILECAST.
Away from that story, now looking at what's happening in the world of sports, that's in Arua City. The fourth edition of Twambe Cooperative League returns, this time under the theme, Action on Climate Change. This time, the tournament shall be run by the corporate entities themselves. That makes it unique from the previous editions. First, take a look at how things are transpiring.
We intend to have a whole team. We intend to have media houses come through. We intend to have humanitarian entities come through. We intend to have bankers come through and others who probably will be coming in. Our theme for this fourth edition is action on climate. From today, it opens way for us to start registrations. So team registration starts immediately after that. By 9th, we should be having our ways running through. And then there are other activities that will be coming in there, including the sharing of the albums, submission of album. You have the verifications that will be coming in there. You have the draws that will have to come from the competition, sharing of the fixtures, and probably seeing how the game starts. So we intend to start this tournament for this edition by 28th of June. That gives us time to plan, and also for the companies or to the entities that will be coming to plan and prepare for the fourth edition. How is it going to look like? The fourth edition is going to, this time it's run by an independent body. The corporates are owning it. That is the first thing you should know.
Sometimes we look at business, we're cutting charcoal to send to Kampala, but we don't know how much it will affect us in the next 5, 10 or 20 years. In our homes, we're cutting the few trees around to burn bricks, but we don't replace them. Sometimes majority of us do this without having knowledge on when we do this, what are we supposed to do afterwards to cover for the damage we have caused. So we have thought it wise that this time around we needed to play part in combating impacts of the actions most of our colleagues are involved in, cutting trees. So we said in the corporate league this time around, we want to involve literally every entity that is participating in their various capacities to try and play a role in combating impacts of the extremities of climate change.
This game must be played under rules and regulations that must be acceptable by the federation, so that when the young ones come and watch these elder people playing, they must be copying from them, because they're going to look at these people maybe as their role models. And if we don't protect this game and we say these are elders playing, let them play the way they like, and then it goes out of the hands, and then the young ones are going to copy it and then think that is the way the game is supposed to be played. So for that reason, our role here is just to protect the game. Therefore, for us, we are going to come with our rules, very clear rules, which everybody must be playing under. The teams must accept these rules as they are, without any disputation of the rules, and that is going to be our role.
Straight away, let's jet to international sports. Of course, we saw a very big encounter yesterday night between Germany and Portugal. In the process, Portugal did edge out Germany by 2-1, but I know that's not the favorite of what people want to hear from us right now. Of course, what people are interested in the most is what continues to transpire in the world of transfer and also updates about FIFA Club World Cup. I want to confirm to the viewers, FIFA Club World Cup is actually the second biggest tournament we have in the world, apart from FIFA World Cup. I should say so now the sister tournament of FIFA World Cup. The tournament is set to commence on 15th of this particular month, and the year is 2025. Unfortunately for Jack Grealish, he has been left out by Manchester City in the squad. That means he's likely to leave the club before the commencement of FIFA Club World Cup. And also, before we go into some of the transfer stories, into some of the gossips rather, another deal, of course, has already been sealed by the team of Chelsea after acquiring the services of Liam Delap from the team of Ipswich Town, and this one has been at a fee of 30 million euros. That is the latest update I can give you from the camp of Ipswich Town in relation to what's transpiring at Stamford Bridge. These are the latest updates I feel I need to give you before we transit to the transfer rumors and gossips. And this one takes us to what's happening in the world of rumors. Of course, as I had said several times before, it starts with rumors before the real deal comes on the table. We are commencing it from Villa Park, that's with Aston Villa. The club have become the latest club to show an interest in signing England winger Jadon Sancho, 25, from Manchester United following his loan at Chelsea, and this has been reported by Team Talk. Away from that, moving to St James Park, Newcastle United have made Burnley and England goalkeeper James Trafford, 22, their top target this summer, and this has been reported by Time. Subscription required. Moving to Anfield, Liverpool are not looking to sell Colombia winger Luis Diaz, 28, and have received no offers despite reported interest from Barcelona and Saudi side Al Nassr. But should Diaz leave, Newcastle's 80 million euro rated England winger Anton Gordon, 24, is being seriously considered by Liverpool as a replacement, and this has been again reported by Team Talk. And slots Liverpool could also compete with Arsenal to sign Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig, with the 22-year-old Slovenia striker the subject of 67 million euros bid from the Gunners. Away from that, still keeping the pace at Liverpool, Harvey Elliott is most likely to join a Serie A club if the English midfielder 22 leaves Liverpool this summer. And this has been reported by Football Insider. Moving to Goodson Park, Everton would have to match Thieno Barry's release clause of 40 million euros. That's equivalent to 33.7 million pounds to sign the French striker from Villarreal. Again, Team Talk is the one behind this story. Moving to Stamford Bridge, Chelsea are unwilling to pay the 25 million euros AC Milan one for their 29-year-old France goalkeeper Mike Maignan, and this has been reported by Standard. Moving to Biz, that's at London. Brentford will look to appoint Ipswich boss Kieran McKenna if the current manager Thomas Frank leaves to replace Ange Postecoglou at Tottenham Hotspur, and this has been reported by Football Insider. Moving to West Ham, The club have contacted Club Brugge about signing 24-year-old Nigerian midfielder Rafael Onyedika, but first competition from AC Milan. Lastly, Manchester City and Barcelona have expressed an interest in Arsenal's 15-year-old English midfielder prospect. That's not the story. I have to give it a phrase. I don't want to mess. Manchester City and Barcelona have expressed an interest in Arsenal's 15-year-old English midfield prospect, Max Downan. That is the story, not as I had read before. Now, we are closing the chapter. As I had said earlier on when I was introducing the program, tomorrow is Eid Day celebration. Have the best of it. To my Muslim brothers and sisters, I am out of the studio. We'll link up again tomorrow at the same time. It doesn't mean that tomorrow is Eid, there is no news. Programs shall run normal at 7 tomorrow. Prepare for the news program.